Hey everyone, I'm Ryan. So every year we wait eagerly for that next gen top of the line Galaxy phone, and every year we pretty much face the same issues. We get two separate models around the world, a Snapdragon and an exynos model, which either have some heating problems or throttling issues or something else. One performs better than the other, one lags behind in performance when you compare the two, and perhaps the worst part about this is that division itself. It's not just the CPUs that are different, it's also the separation that it causes in the community. It divides people. People fight with each other on social media trying to defend their preferred CPU or offend the other one. Usually this kind of fight should be reserved for different smartphone brands, right? Not over the same phone, but with just two different SoCs. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that this is perhaps one of the worst ways to cause damage to a reputable brand like Samsung. But don't get me wrong, this is actually something that different brands, including Samsung, do all the time with their household appliances. Two slightly different vacuum cleaners or toasters for two different markets. But doing that to other consumer electronic devices like phones, tablets, and laptops, unless due to regional regulations, is not acceptable in any shape or form, nor does it make any sense. And if you ask me, I'd say that this year Samsung had a chance to finally change this and make a difference, and I believe they kind of blew it, and yet in a sneaky way got away from it. Let me explain. Samsung had recently killed the Note line. See, the Note phones were always Samsung's most powerful and capable phones, and obviously they had an S Pen inside, so a lot of the fans were really upset about this news. And once the S22 Ultra was released, it was a huge deal for those people, and also for those who've never had a stylus in their phone before. So this marriage of the Note and S lines in and of itself was one of the most important reasons so many people, including myself, bought this phone. So if you think about it, they had two options this year. One was to finally get rid of the separation and unify the whole thing, meaning just using the same units for all the markets, preferably Snapdragon. And the other was to take advantage of this huge demand that exists in the markets, mainly as a result of killing the Note line. And they could have taken both options at the same time, but they obviously went with exploiting this selling opportunity. Now, I know ultimately a lot of people will never know or care to know about their CPU or the fact that there's a difference, and that actually makes it worse because you're stabbing them from behind. Because they have to pay the same price but get different performances, and they may not even know that. And that's just not fair. I also got this phone in an exclusive color, as some of you know, and I gotta tell you, I'm not super happy about it. Don't get me wrong, it's a great and powerful flagship, and I love the color, but because of the things I just talked about and a couple other things, I'm literally on the verge of leaving Samsung behind for good, even though I've been a fan for as long as I can remember. Now, to shine some hope here, for the very first time we've heard that Samsung apparently is planning to, or maybe already doing, create Galaxy-specific CPUs or a Galaxy-specific CPU. That's not very clear yet, and we don't even know whether Samsung Electronics are going to create this or a partner like MediaTek or another company will be the one that'll make this. Please be MediaTek. What this means is that your next Galaxy S23 Ultra or any other Galaxy phones for that matter could potentially be the kind of phone you've never had. And that's because the CPU will be efficient and there won't be any throttling or heating problems. Honestly, this, if becomes true, is perhaps the best move Samsung has made. Obviously, we would need to see the performance in action. It's too early to speculate, but look at the iPhones. When was the last time you had or heard a bad performance or throttling or overheating issues? And now their latest phones have crazy good battery life. Why? Because of the efficiency they've achieved as a result of focusing on only a few phones. So Apple has clearly figured this out, and in my opinion, the next thing Samsung needs to do is to make a better balance in their offering. Just take a look at this chart and you'll see what I mean. This is how many phones Apple released in 2021, and this is how many phones was released by Samsung in the same year. Mind-blowing, right? So maybe, just maybe, if they killed some of these phones, just like what they did to the Note line, and instead focused on only a few reliable, performant, and efficient Galaxy phones with a dedicated CPU that actually deliver and are, the same amongst all global users, then I don't even know how to finish that sentence. But I guess it's just the right move, and one thing's for sure, and that is that I will remain a fan. Alright, hope you liked and subbed. If you want to hear more about my frustrations about this phone and some good things about it, go ahead and watch this video. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys later.